Our next step is in assembling the end table is putting our dowel pins in the holes that we made earlier. We'll start by putting glue. I use like a tapered dowel pin or a long piece of dowel rod and taper it so that I can get into the hole. It allows the glue to get all around. You want that glue to cover the entire inside of that hole. Then we put our glue or our dowel pins in. You can tell when they bottomed out, you get squeeze out right around your hole. You'll see that on the next one. There we go, we're getting some squeeze out there. Now we'll go over and put glue in our dowel holes of our legs, the other part of the assembly. You don't want to use too much glue, but you certainly want to use enough to get a good surface coverage. Something like this. A little bit of glue to the side. Not a problem. We'll clean that off with a wet rag. You don't want to use this too much because that will tend to be a problem when you go to finish. So you've got to get, if you're going to use a wet rag like this, you come in with a piece of sandpaper and just sand that lightly. That will get that film off of there, so you won't have to worry about it later on when you get ready to finish these. Okay, now we're ready to put the two pieces together. Okay. You'll see here what we've created is a flush surface to the inside. Again, creating your edge, which you can see on the table. Now, we're ready to put our clamps on. Make sure that you have a pad. They're commercially available with some clamps, or use some sort of felt, heavy felt, to protect the wood from being marred when you clamp. And always keep the clamp away from the wood because it will dent the wood, again marring the wood when you're assembling it. You can see that you get a nice tight line there, and you check both sides to make sure you don't have any glue coming out the sides. Looks like we'll have to tighten this one up again. It's always good to follow up, make sure, especially with these commercial pads, they tend to slip. So we just one more time Make sure it's snug, and it's good to go. And that completes our first side assembly, which will have another side assembly, and then we'll be able to pull the entire unit as one piece.